stuff that's being spewed for the premises behind this amendment is offensive. To tell the American people and us in this room that ICE is a terrorist organization and therefore TRIA should cover the losses? Are you freaking kidding me?
That room just went from routine politics to full-blown chaos in seconds. Maxine Waters starts painting ICE as the enemy, and then an Army Ranger snaps back so hard the entire hearing shifts. If you're new here, consider subscribing, because these moments of accountability are happening fast.
Trump is having thousands of ICE agents descend on our cities, using brutal force to hunt, harass, and harm those in our communities. Whether intended or not, U.S. citizens and their businesses and property, shopholders and small business owners who are American citizens are caught in the middle of the reckless and inappropriate responses of ill-trained ICE agents, only to be left with broken windows and damaged storefronts to repair. Who pays for this? Workers and families, also U.S. citizens, drive home at the end of the day only to be snatched out of their cars by masked men with tactical gear and wind up with their windows smashed in. Who pays for this? This Sunday in St. Paul, Minnesota, over a dozen ICE agents broke down the front door of a napping U.S. citizen. They forced and trampled their way into his home, pointing their guns and yelling at his family, while this 4-year-old grandson cried. Stand up for the citizens of this country. Otherwise, you're going to see a civil war that is being created between ICE and the National Guard.
Jesus said we can be angry and not sin, so I'm going to give it my best shot right here. The amount of red herrings and false stuff that's being spewed for the premises behind this amendment is offensive. To tell the American people and us in this room that ICE is a terrorist organization and therefore TRIA should cover the losses? Are you freaking kidding me? If you look at the proximate cause, you talk about the laws not being followed. The previous administration fueled an invasion of our country by failing to secure our borders, by ignoring our laws. And now we have sanctuary cities who invited these people in, who served as accomplices to the crime, continuing to obstruct justice. The reality is Alejandro Mayorkas and all of his accomplices should be on trial today. And if we don't put them in jail for a really long time after due process and a trial, some future administration is going to think they can fuel an invasion, only we need to do more of it faster. Now you get mad because ICE is enforcing the laws that the previous administration failed to enforce and want the government to cover for your gain. The invasion you're fueling of our country, it's treason. It's treason. And it's a complete waste of this committee's time to even bring it up, to try to grandstand over your fake agenda to destroy our country.
Well, the gentleman
related to terrorism. I will not yield to you on this subject, period.
Well,
it's offensive if you can't tell.
Gentleman. Thank you.
Silence. The time is mine.
The time belongs to the gentleman. Order. Ladies.
The idea that we would defund ICE is probably about as dumb as defunding the police. But Minneapolis wanted to do both.
Maxine Waters comes in swinging, claiming ICE agents are brutal, reckless, and even suggesting Americans are being caught in the middle of raids gone wrong. She describes broken storefronts, scared families, and masked agents pulling people from cars, asking over and over who's going to pay for the damage. Then the Ranger, Davidson, leans in, and you can hear the patience disappear. He calls it out immediately. He says the entire premise is offensive. The idea that ICE is somehow a terrorist organization? He flat out rejects it. And then he turns the spotlight where Waters doesn't want it. He argues the real proximate cause isn't enforcement, it's the border being ignored for years. He points straight at sanctuary cities, accusing them of obstructing justice and inviting chaos, not stopping it. He doesn't sugarcoat it. He says officials who enabled the border collapse should be the ones on trial, not the agents enforcing the law now. He warns that if there's no accountability, future administrations will just do it again, faster. Waters tries to jump in, but Davidson refuses to yield. He calls it grandstanding, a fake agenda, a waste of the committee's time. And when he drops the word treason, the room tightens. The chair has to step in. Order is called, but the message is already out there. The host sums it up bluntly. Defunding ICE is as absurd as defunding the police, and we've already seen how that ends. This exchange wasn't just a clash of politics. It was a direct confrontation over law, sovereignty, and whether enforcing the border is harm or basic responsibility. If you want more real moments like this, like, subscribe, comment, and share, because this fight over accountability isn't slowing down.